Hey guys, welcome back. This week's going to be a little bit different. I ended up going last weekend to the Richmond Collecticon with a friend of mine. I went out to Virginia and I had a great time. I picked up a lot of stuff. I did a lot of trades. I did pick up some stuff for the $10 collection as well, although not at the show. I had picked stuff up prior to going there. So for this week, I'm going to show what I picked up for the Collecticon, talk about my personal collection a little bit, and then show you what I picked up for the $10 collection as well. So before I ended up going to the event, I went out there Friday and we just had tickets for the Saturday show. I went to a local card shop and saw some like Gym Challenge or Gym Leader cards in Japanese holo that I really liked. So I ended up picking up a few of those, and that kind of started the trend for the rest of the trip where I picked up a ton of them. So at the card shop itself, I picked up this Venusaur, Erica's Venusaur. Really, really cool card. Kind of trying to transition my collection into Japanese and ended up just starting with these vintage cards. And then I also picked up at the same place this Erica's Vileplume. So really, really cool card. Like both of those, and like I said, kind of set the tempo for the rest of the event. I also picked up when I got to Collecticon a whole stack of cards, so I'll show you those. I got the Lieutenant's Electabuzz in holo, really cool card. Rocket Moltres, Erica's Conflable, Misty's Tentacruel, Rocket's Hitmonchan, Blaine's Moltres, got a sticker here, Sabrina's Alakazam, Misty's Seadra. I really like the vintage water cards. The holo really pops on most of these. Kind of like the Alakazam here. It's really hard to see the holo because the background's so dark. But these really pop, I feel like, when there's the blue background. Giovanni's Nidoking. Rocket Zapdos, probably my favorite card in the set of these. And then we got Brock's Rhydon. So pretty cool pickup. I think that was like 15 of them maybe, or 15 or 16. So I think I'll fill a 2-page binder with them. So I'll have, what is that, like 18 cards in total. So a few more to pick up to kind of finish a 2-pager off. Really cool cards. Like those a lot. I did pick up some other singles in Japanese. Mostly art rares, so I'll kind of go through those for you too. So this is the Rocket's Wobbuffet. In Japanese, this is just a card you find in the set, but I think in English it's a promo, so it's a bit easier to pick up. But really cool card. Love this. There's like a Drowsy and a couple other Pokemon in there. As I was leaving the venue, actually, at the end of the day, I'd been looking for this card the whole time, and I just kind of spotted it in an open binder as we were walking out, so I had to pick it up. I got it for $5. It's the Machoke doing the delivery service, so love that. And there's a little Meowth on the roof on the other house next door. This Raboot, I really love this card. One of my favorite Pokemon, especially one of my favorite like starter evolutions. I think probably one of the best like second evolution of the starters. This Dunsparce is really funny. Just a couple of bucks and they're all over the place in the card, all hidden around. Pretty fun card. This Ferret, there's a few kind of like more realistic art cards like this, but really like this card. Glad Ferret got a cool card like this. I got this Minun, which is pretty funny. I love the pizza on the table, and it's kind of freaking out, and the person in the background's essentially can't stand it anymore. I imagine that there's a pair to this card for Plusle, but I don't actually know, so I'll have to look that up and grab that. Love the colors on this card, and I also want to pick up the like Appleton tree card that they have to go with this. Magby is sitting in the lava pool here. Really like this card too. I think I actually pulled one of these and I didn't realize when I got home that I'd already pulled this. I didn't actually get this one at the event, but it was in my trade binder, and I decided to just add it to my personal collection permanently. Really cool card. I picked this up when I pulled from an old Cosmic Eclipse set back when I had kind of recently got back into Pokemon. Cosmic Eclipse was one of the newest sets, and I had picked it boxed up in Japanese because it was a lot cheaper. Really like this Pidgey card. There is a set of these for all three of the evolutionary line where it's kind of the same art, so I'm looking to get those too. I didn't actually see, I saw a Pidgeotto in English, but this is the only Japanese I saw, so I picked this up. The Rockets Raticate, really cool card. This card I actually traded for with my buddy before the event, the Tatsukiri, and same thing with the Heracross here. He had a couple copies of this, and I like this card a lot. This is the last card I picked up. So actually, there was like some guy had you pay $5, you spin a wheel, and then you get a random pack. And I ended up getting, I think it was White Flare in Japanese, and so I actually pulled this out of the pack and thought I'd just add it right to the collection. So that was kind of cool. So that was all the singles I picked up. I did pick up a couple graded cards. I was going this for a few specific cards and came out actually pretty happy. So I'll show you those. I'll kind of go through them one by one. The first one here I saw in like a junk slab binder, but I had seen a few copies of this raw before I had picked this up and thought I might as well just pick this one up. Pretty cool CGC, 8.5, so not, don't care too much about the grade on this, but there is a little swirl on the right hand side behind Mischievous here. Let me see if I can show it. You just have to believe me on this one, I think. But really cool card. Like I said, I saw a few raw copies of this and then saw this and picked it up. I ended up getting it for 25. So pretty cool card. Happy to have that with me. Next card I picked up was the Classic Collection Pristine 10 Pikachu. Really cool card. The gold just goes so well with the Pristine. So when I saw this, I knew I had to pick it up. I've been interested in this. Thought I was going to pick up some raw copies of Pikachu and then the 3 starters, but I guess I'll just have to get the CGC Pristine 10s now. I don't think any of them are too expensive. The Charizard might be a few $100, but other than that, I think that's the most expensive one. I ended up trading a bit for this, and then actually got cash on top because I traded like a full art shiny Espeon. Plus I got like $10 on top. So pretty good deal. Really like this card. Happy to have it in my collection. This next card I had on my radar, but really didn't expect to see it at the show, especially in CGC 10, and that's the Game Boy Dragonite promo. Huge fan of just Game Boy stuff in general. I've been looking for these cards for a little bit, thinking about picking them up. I repair Game Boys. I have a ton of Game Boy games. I love playing them, especially the Pokemon games, even Pokemon Pinball, some of the side games. So yeah, really happy to pick this up. I did a big trade for this. I think I did a few cards and then like $50 on top to get this, and I think I ended up getting it for like 305 instead of 320. I actually checked the comps afterwards and saw a huge variety of prices, even some like $600 or $700. So really happy to pick this up. The best part about this, and I kind of heard this might be common with this card, but there is a swirl right up here where he's looking at in the sky. So thought that was really cool, and only really noticed it after I had picked it up, honestly. So really cool card. Really happy with this. This is the only one I saw at all through the whole show. So happy to have picked that up. The final card here is almost what I went to the show for. I wanted to pick this up. I knew I was going to leave with this card. I've been wanting it for a long time, and before prices keep going up and up, I wanted to pick it up. I would have preferred it in CGC Pristine, which would have cost me a little bit more money, but it's the Japanese Bubble Mew in PSA 10. Really funny card, some of the best art, and probably my favorite card that exists right now in Pokemon. Mew is my favorite Pokemon. Named my cat after Mew. I have a Mew tattoo. And just some of the goofiest Pokemon in the background. Diglett's great, Oddish, Politoed, Rattata, Bellsprout. All just great Pokemon. and really, really goofy art. So something I'm super happy to have in my collection. Maybe one day I'll trade it with some cash or something for a Pristine 10, but happy to have it for now. Really cool pickup. I ended up getting it for about $350, but I traded most of the way there and put a little bit money on top. So really happy to have this finally in my collection. All right, the last thing I wanted to show was kind of what I've been collecting for slabs for just a little bit now. I kind of decided that I wanted to have a little bit something different in my collection, start with some graded cards, and so that got me to picking up a bunch of CGC Pristine 10s of Garbodor. One of my favorite Pokemon, super funny guy. I know not a lot of people like him, but I kind of like the garbage trio, like Coughing, Muck, and Garbodor, those whole evolutionary lines. Really funny stuff. He's gotten 2 like art rares recently, so I thought I had to pick him up. And then there's all these Master Ball and Pokeball cards. So I'll show you what I picked up. This wasn't at the event or anything. This is just something I've been growing for a couple months now, and I'll kind of run through those. So the first one is CGC Pristine 10 Garbodor with the full art from, this is Ancient War. I can't remember exactly what the English set is, but really cool card. He's just hanging out, sitting on top of a pile of garbage. Doesn't get much better than that. There's a lot of goofy items in there. A chair, there's like wrestling weights, volleyball. But yeah, just hanging out at the garbage pit. I always love the design of him. He looks like he's stuffed full of candy, even though he's garbage. And then he has like 2 little like puff balls or like kind of pigtail kind of things. So definitely one of my favorite Pokemon, and I got a lot of cool stuff for him. I also got the CGC 10 Skyscraping Perfection VMAX card, where actually I don't love, I like the VMAXs for the most part. I don't love most of the V cards. But the VMAX here, where he has like a toy, he has a bunch of toys in him, is really funny. So he's got like a toy boat and a toy airplane. Really, really cool art. And yeah, really like this card. And the other thing is, no one really likes Garbodor, or he's not popular, so he's really not expensive. He isn't really worth anything, so these are really easy to pick up as long as they exist. Most of the populations on these are really small, so it can be hard to find a little bit, but really happy I picked these up so far. So I also have that same card in the Rainbow Rare and Pristine 10. And then I also have, and I'm not sure I'm going to continue this trend, but I have the Master Ball and Pokeball reverse hollows from Terrestrial Fest in Japanese. So CGC 10 for both of them, and you can kind of see on this one there's the Master Ball, and on this one just the Pokeball. I think maybe going forward, just to save some space, I'll pick up just the Master Ball, but really, really cool cards, and happy I picked those up. Even in the new set, White Flare, I think it is what it's in, there's another full art or art rare Garbodor. So looking to pick that up. Not sure if I'll grade that myself if I can find a bunch of copies and test them out, or if I'll kind of wait for someone else to. Just because I can pick them up so cheap. Most of these were like 30, 40 bucks. So yeah, not too expensive, and happy to have them in the collection. Okay, now I'm going to show you what I picked up for the $10 collection this week. Picked up a few pretty cool things. I'll kind of start with something that was a little unexpected, and that's I picked up a few more A-Spec cards. So I just thought there was nothing else I could match with that Master Ball from last week, and I really do like the holo on these, and so I just thought I'd pick these up. So a few of the items I picked up were Energy Surge Pro. The OG energy symbols are pretty cool, so I thought that was pretty fitting. Picked up the Max Rod, which has a bunch of Pokeballs in it. Kind of close to like the Super Rod in the Pokemon games, but really like that card. Really like the swirl effects and stuff. It looks a lot better in person, I think. And then the Grand Tree is the last one. I just really like the art on this. I don't know anything about if this is in the anime or the games or anything. I don't think so, but Really cool. Really like this pickup, and I think it'll look good next to the Master Ball in a 4-binder set. Okay, the main portion of what I picked up this week is a couple jumbo cards for the binder. The first one I picked up is really cool. I love this art, the Pikachu VMAX. I mean, this thing is huge and it's so funny. Let me take it out of the sleeve here if I can. It was in a little bit tighter than I thought, but I mean, this is a great card. Super funny how big this is, and I just thought the big Pika was perfect for this type of card. Pretty good condition. It does to me have like a line almost right through the middle of it, but I don't expect too much with these. More of kind of like a novelty, but really happy that my binder has a spot for these because I haven't really collected them before. And there's a few that I really like, including this Pika. So really happy to have that in the collection. And then the second one that I picked up, and the last card for the week, is the Morpeko V Union. I love this card. I love Morpeko. He's so funny. Kind of like the hangry Pokemon. This one is actually textured, which I didn't realize. It's really cool. It's essentially just like a VMAX card as far as the quality of the card. But really cool. Great art, super colorful. Marnie's super popular, and yeah, just love this art. Really happy to have both of these in the $10 collection, and they're so cheap. It's kind of unbelievable. I think it's mostly because no one really picks these up, but really happy to have these two cards. So, really happy that you watched the video here. Thanks for joining me this week. I'll show you right here at the end what all this stuff looks like in the binder with everything that we have so far. Okay, and here is the binder so far. Still really love this art. We have the Radiant cards that we picked up last week. We have the Master Ball and some of the Ace Spec rares that we picked up for this week. And then we just have to skip a few pages here that I'm sure we're going to fill in for the Pikachu VMAX. I'll lift this up. And the Morpeko V Union. So that's what we have for this week. Thanks so much for watching. Looking forward to next week. Again, if you want to catch the video next week, make sure to subscribe. You can hit the bell icon to get notified when I post that. Otherwise, come back on Sunday. I'll post a new video every week, and I'll see you next week. Thanks for watching.